Me and my amigos here have a special announcement. I'm driving to Tennessee as soon as I finish a few farm chores to purchase a product from my brother that I'm going to give away to our Subscribe and Save customers. That's existing Subscribe and Savers and new Subscribe and Save customers come in over the next week or so. I'm buying enough to cover more than just what we currently have. So I really want some feedback considering carrying this product. This is a product that is mentioned in scripture over 60 times. It is a superfood. It's a non-perishable, which meets our criteria for things that we will sell. Real food that doesn't perish or can be freeze-dried or whatever. In our, as far as our lamb liver, it's freeze-dried, but this one is naturally non-perishable. I'll try to introduce you to some of his 13,200,000 employees and would love your feedback. There's a few of those 13,200,000 employees I was referring to. Just got to my brother's honey operation here. Birchwood, Tennessee. Honey Acre Farms?
That's it.
Honey Acre Farms. Break open a hive, check out what's happening in there. Smoking them up to calm them down. Stuff that makes them stick, the hives, that's propolis?
Yeah, propolis is bee glue.
Bee glue, which is a cancer fighting agent, right?
Yeah, they make it from resin from trees, add their enzymes to it, and then they seal everything down with it. It's antibacterial, antiviral, so it's kind of their first defense mechanism in the colony.
Cool. So these are workers, right?
Yeah, everything that you're seeing right now are all females. They do all the work. This stuff right here, that's the propolis. They glue everything down with. All this right here.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll dig
What's it taste like? Kind of like honey?
You can try it.
I'll try it. Well,
You can unzip. They're chill.
All right. Yeah, it tastes like, kind of like chewing their wax.
Yeah?
I mean,
You can
it's got a little hint. You can tell it's from a bee.
look down in there and see. We're all fairly calm today considering we're in the dearth, which is basically mean there's no nectar, no real pollen coming in right now.
Yeah.
So usually they're very protective this time of the year. Here in about a month, the goldenrod flowers will start to bloom, and that's a really good nectar source in the fall.
They seem very chill.
Yeah. Pull a frame out and
Take a
what's
look.
what.
So these don't have honey supers on them, right?
No, but all my supers are off.
Yeah.
But they're still storing honey in here. Usually honey they put on the outside frames, and as you get more towards the center, you start getting into the eggs and the brood.
Okay.
You can see even between each frame here, they glue everything down, so you got to have a hive tool to pry everything up.
Yeah.
Pull them out nice and easy so we don't crush anybody. Don't want to.
It's hard for me to see what I'm filming as well with this bee suit on, but oh yeah.
You don't want to hurt your best employees. So.
No.
So this is a frame of all capped honey.
Yeah, that's cool.
And on this frame, you can see most of these are workers, but there are a couple of drones, which are the males. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
They have the huge eyeballs,
Yeah.
little fatter
They
bodies.
look really different.
Yeah, they don't have stingers.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever want to practice picking up a bee, you practice with the drones. Here in about a month, all these females will start kicking the drones out of the colony as we get further into fall and winter.
Right.
Because all they do is consume honey, mate queens.
Okay.
And this time of the year, mating of the queens is kind of going by the wayside. So they don't need the drones going into the fall and winter. So they'll kick them out and they'll die outside the hive.
Wow. Interesting. How many bees per hive typically?
You can see the color of the honey.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. In the spring, usually around 60,000.
60,000 employees per hive-ish.
Yep. So that was a honey frame. We'll move in a little further and see if we can't.
On a queen?
Yeah, we might. Usually whenever I apply that much smoke, it runs her down into the bottom box, but we might get lucky.
Yeah.
This is probably another food frame.
So there's nothing for them to eat right now?
Not really. Our goldenrod, we've got a bunch of different varieties of goldenrod in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we've got one blooming. This frame right here, you can kind of see the difference between honey in the corners and then this capped.
That's capped brood, right?
That's capped brood, yep. So they're in the pupa stage under those caps, and they go through a metamorphosis, kind of like a butterfly.
Right.
They go from an egg to a larva. They cap the larva and goes into pupa stage, and then eventually hatches out after 21 days
Okay.
as a bee. But Yeah, our goldenrod's just now blooming, but this early goldenrod doesn't have a lot of nectar or pollen.
Yeah.
The one that starts blooming at the beginning of September is the one that really does well for the bees.
Well, this, because it's a needle in a haystack, let's not worry about the queen. Let's check out your honey house.
All right.
That way you don't have to kill off any unnecessary killing of any employees.
We'll taste it.
Yeah.
Take some bees off so we don't. So everything capped is the stuff from spring.
Yeah.
Everything uncapped is what they're bringing in right now.
Okay.
So you can stick your finger in either
uncapped.
one. Yeah.
What?
You might want to unzip a little bit
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
Uncapped is going to be this early.
So the cap stuff is from, well, it'll taste the same, right?
No, it's two different honeys.
Two different honeys?
Yep.
So
This is probably going to be mostly a combo of tulip poplar, blackberry, privet hedge.
pull that up for me just a hair.
What's that?
See if you can unzip it a little bit.
Right here.
Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, that's good.
Some of the uncapped stuff.
It's different.
Yeah. Here in a month, when the goldenrod really starts coming in, it will be a totally different taste. It'll be kind of a molasses taste, or at least to me.
Right.
But the smell of it is not spectacular. It smells like stinky feet.
The
Goldenrod.
goldenrod does? Yeah.
I love the smell because I know they're bringing in a lot of honey that'll get them over the winter.
Yeah. Just a side note, Ryan and I went to a honey, what was it? The honey show?
North American Honeybee Expo.
North American Honeybee Expo. And we had to have tried 100 different honeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every single one, I mean, not every one, but they all taste different. And some are terrible. I mean,
Yep.
there's some honey that's awful.
Yeah, we've got some good honey in Tennessee.
Yeah, this honey's, you won't find better here. This is good stuff.
But
So this is my brother's honey house. He's got a big storage area through those doors that's full of frames and boxes, and is that what you call them, boxes? Boxes, and then upstairs he's got an elevator that comes down. He can bring honey up and down and different supplies, and this is these are all barrels completely full of honey, all that he extracted by hand himself. People don't realize what a huge amount of work it is to be an apiarist, but it's no joke. How many hours a week do you think you're working now?
oh, we're probably down to 60 from 80, so it's easy street right now.
Here's some wax that he extracted, so that's pretty cool. Beeswax candles have a lot of health benefits, and I may start making some more of those. I've got some, but I'm a fan of beeswax candles. So what do you have in your
82 pounds.
82 pounds. That's impressive.
Yeah.
What do you have in your hand?
So this is just kind of a learning frame that I use for classes, but this is what a frame of capped honey looks like. So whenever we're getting ready to extract, we bring our honey supers in, which is our boxes full of frames just like this, and we have to uncap the honey before we can extract it. So we use this machine over here. Frames go in right here, and then it gets lowered down through spinning chains.
You're right.
And the chains will rip off the wax cappings.
Yep.
So all the honey in the comb is exposed. And then from there, it goes into the extractor. The extractor spins up really fast and then comes out this. And then we run it through a couple different machines to get some of the big bee parts out and
Yeah.
wax and things like that.
Yeah.
And then from here, it goes into the bottling tanks and
Then
into the jars.
one bottle at a time. You hand fill it.
That's
each
it.
one. Yep.
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 All 10,000 pounds this year.
10,000 pounds. It's amazing.
Yep, good year.
Yep. Perfect. Well, this is the cat's out of the bag. This is what we're gonna. I guess these are my bottles over here.
Yeah, you want to see what a barrel of honey looks like?
Yeah, let's check it out.
So the honey's heavier than all the wax and different things, and raw honey, you do run it through a filter, but you still allow for wax and pollens and things like that.
Yeah.
So all those will float up to the surface, and I can kind of skim a lot of that off.
Right. And that's your honey.
Yeah, that's the honey. Let me grab a spoon and dig through it.
Okay. And what's the film on top? Just
Just beeswax.
beeswax.
Yeah, because we lightly filter it, it still has a lot of wax and things like that in it.
Yeah. Knowing what I know now, when you see in the store it says unfiltered, you'd be eating bee wings, bee legs, you'd be eating stuff like that. You
Yep.
have to filter your honey. Now, it can be lightly filtered.
That's
You
right.
don't have to take it and pull everything out of it. You can see the wax here.
You can see
Right.
also, well, maybe the phone will pick it up, but this honey is already crystallized.
Oh, really?
Yep, and it's only been in the barrel for a month.
Right.
So real honey will crystallize.
Okay.
And that's the difference between real raw honey and the store-bought stuff.
Right.
It's stuff in the store to make it shelf stable for really long periods of time.
Yeah.
They heat it up above 140 degrees. It kills everything alive, all the enzymes. But it also keeps it from crystallizing.
Yeah.
So if you buy real honey, it will eventually crystallize. So eat it fast, or when it does crystallize, just set your jar in some hot water and it will slowly melt the crystals. The honey's still perfectly
That's
good.
a good tip. You
Yeah.
could eat honey 1,000 years. They found some in where the Dead Sea Scrolls amongst them, I think, and it was crystallized, and they ate it.
Yeah.
But that's a good tip because the store-bought honey, to meet those store volumes, a spoonful of honey, to meet those to meet what they have to produce. I call it funny honey. When you do that, when you heat it up and you kill everything in it, which is most of what you find in stores, I call it funny honey if they cut it with something else. Like if, say, they ship it from India, but it's bottled in the USA and it says bottled in the US,
Yeah.
and there's a chance it's also cut with corn syrup or something
Yep.
else.
Yeah, if it's coming from another country, which most of what's in the store originates in China, India, Vietnam, Argentina, the majority of it is funny.
It's
honey.
funny honey.
Yep.
And then a lot of times to really, you have a bad year where it rains every year during the major nectar flow. That plays a role. I mean, you have way more honey than you ever have
Yeah.
because you had, I think probably because we had a really dry spring, so the bees could get out and work.
Yep, last year was not a great year. We had the same amount of hives last year as we did this year, but we only have a 5-week window in Tennessee where the nectar really flows and the bees collect honey in that short period of time that should last them all year long. And once those blooms from blackberry, tulip poplar, privet hedge are gone, our nectar flow is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
Well, last year during that time frame, it rained. We got our record rain in April and May, and it rained almost every single day, and the bees couldn't get out and collect. So we had about a quarter of the honey last year as we did this year.
So that, and then the other way I call it funny honey is if once you put your honey supers on, you continue feeding sugar.
Yeah.
And that can help you meet your demand if you have, you're doing big time retail sales, but it's still not
Sugar
real
water
honey.
and honey.
Yeah, it's sugar water. So
Yeah, if you want the real deal, you got to know the beekeeper.
you got to know your apiarist to get the real deal. This fella's been vetted. I've known him for 43 years.
Yep.
So yeah, heavily vetted. He's the best in the business, no doubt. So if you are a Subscribe and Save customer, you're gonna get a pound bottle of this over the next 2 months. This is what I'm buying, and it's a glass bottle, metal lid, meets our standards, and that's what you're gonna get. Thanks.